What's up, everyone? Hope everyone is doing amazing today. And today we have a special video, like every other day, to be honest. But this one is very special because we're going to speak about the metrics that I look at when I'm analyzing my campaign. And a lot of you are going to ask me about metrics, and that's why I'm going to make a video. And I'm making a video right now about those metrics so you could better understand what you need to look for when it comes down to a winning product. Okay, now, but before I speak about those metrics, never forget, doesn't matter how good the metrics are. It doesn't matter. If your product is not making consistent sales, you can have the craziest CPC of your life. You can have the craziest number of add to carts in your life. But if your product is not making sales, you cannot pay your rent with clicks. You cannot pay your rent with add to carts. You cannot pay your rent with any of those things. You can only pay your rent with money. So at the end of the day, if it doesn't make money, then it's a no-go. But beside that, a lot of you are going to misjudge the potential of a product because you don't know what you need to look for. And this is how I set up my columns, and that's what we are going to speak about today. So the first thing is going to be the spending. So the spending just right here. But before that I continue, as you can see, there's a little sign here, and this columns doesn't feel like it's a Facebook column. Well, guys, I've said it on another video. I'm using TripleWhale. If you want to use TripleWhale to track your applications that you're using, like, well, let's call it social media applications like TikTok, like Google, like Facebook, you can go under the description below, and there's a link that you can use to track better your sales, to track better your clicks, because that's the thing. When it comes down to having a product in dropshipping, when it comes down to scaling a product, when it comes down to everything around dropshipping, you need to understand that you're going to lose a good amount of sales. You're going to lose a good amount of metrics that, Facebook, TikTok, Google doesn't register. And they don't register it. I don't know why. To be honest, I don't know why they don't register it. They're making billions of dollars and their data is not accurate most of the time. And most of the time, they have a lack of accuracy of 30 to 30%. And the more you scale, the bigger it becomes. And the way that I found to resolve that problem and be able to really turn off or turn on the right ad sets, the right ad groups, is by implementing TripleWhale. And to be honest, I could not have been able to scale any product, and our clients would not have been able to scale any product if it wasn't for TripleWhale. So take the time to look at it. Obviously, look, guys, I will not tell you to download something that I don't use. I use this on a daily basis. So take the time to look at it. If you don't want to use it, then it's okay. But take the time to look at it, because everybody that I know use TripleWhale, and it's an amazing application to track perfectly what is going to happen. Because if an ad group or an ad set says that it has only one sale, but it has three, and you decided to turn it off, then what's going to happen is you're going to turn off a profitable ad group or ad set, and that's not what you want. And why I'm referring to ad group and ad sets, it's because ad sets, it's for Facebook, and ad groups is for TikTok. And those are the platforms that mostly we use the most, and we use with TripleWhale. Okay, so let's dive into it. As you can see, we have the spending, we have the ROAS. So the ROAS, what it is the return on ad spent. So this is what it is, and it's going to tell you, okay, if you're spending $1, how much are you getting back? And I look at this metrics very often because it tells me, okay, if I have a break-even ROAS, so my break-even is going to be, let's say, 2. So that's my break-even ROAS. And if it is, then everything over 2, I'm making profit. Everything under 2, I'm losing money. So it tells me quickly if I need to turn off or to let running the campaign. After that, purchases. I want to know how many purchases I have before making a decision. I never make a decision before I have 3 purchases on my ad set or ad group. Here again, ATCs. I want to see, okay, do I live it? ATC stands for add to cart. So do I live it because I think there's going to be a sale soon because they have 2, 3, 4 ATCs, but still no purchases, or no, I think it's a dead product or a dead interest. So I need to turn it off in order to save money and not wasting it on products that are not worth it. Cost per add to cart, it's going to tell me how much the average add to cart cost me. If it cost me a few dollars, that's a good sign. But if it costs me $20, $30, then we have a problem. Then we probably don't have a winning product inside of our hands. What about the CPA? So cost per action. Well, the cost per action is going to tell you what does it cost you to acquire a client. So if it costs you $7 to acquire a client and you have a $10 profit margin, you're making $3 on every sale that you make. Obviously, that's a poor profit margin, but you're at least looking into, let's say, well, to be honest, even if it's a poor profit margin, profit is profit. If you sell 1,000 unit, you just made $3,000. But obviously, we try to have higher profit margins. If we selling a product and the product makes us $30, we want to pay around $10 to acquire it, so we have a healthy 20 profit margin, and we can scale it even further. What about the CV? So this is the conversion value. It's just simply how much the ad set or the ad group made you in total. So if you had 2 sales and each sales did cost $50 each to the client, then you're going to have a conversion value of $100. So this tells me how much I spent and how much am I making in revenue, and gives me a really good ballpark on what I need to look for and if it's profitable. About the OBCTR, so outbound click through rate. So the outbound click through rate is just how many people are going to go to click on my link in terms of percentage. And this is really good because it tells me how much people like the creative, how I like to stay on my content. And based on that, I can decide, okay, do I need to change the hook? Do I need to change the whole video? And based on that, this is one of the most important metrics because it will tell you if people like your content or not. CPC, cost per click, simple. It's going to tell you how many people, what is the cost of the people that clicked on your ad. If it's way too expensive, your creative is not appealing to your audience. But again, normally I look at this and I try to have something under $1. If it's over $1, it could happen that you could have a few sales here and there, but the majority of big winners that we had were always under $1. What about the CPM, cost per impression? So the cost per impression is going to be how much does it cost you for 1,000 people? So did it cost me $10 for 1,000 people, $50, or $100? Normally, when you have a bad interest, you can know really quickly because the impression will go to the roof and the other metrics will, follow. So if you have a really bad cost per 1,000 impression, it simply means your interests are not too great. And if you have a good CPM, it means your interest is great, but still no sales, then it just means your product is not good enough, but it's still interesting so people can, look at it and analyze it. So that's what you need to understand. The clicks is simply the number of clicks that people click on your ad, because obviously we don't want to make decision on 2 people that click on our ad or on 3 or 10. We want to make decision after, a few dozen people take an action, and based on that, I will be able to make a decision on all the other metrics and be like, okay, should I turn off the ad set, the ad group, or should I leave it, or should I, turn off certain of them, or just simply make a decision. And guys, this is my column. If you want to know more about anything around Facebook or TikTok, please send me a comment down below. It will be my pleasure to answer it. And at the end of the day, guys, you need to understand something. If you have really bad metrics, it could be because your content is not great. But if you have incredible metrics and no sales, then people like your content, and it means that you're a good content creator. But the thing is, you're not having purchases, so they don't like it enough to purchase. And at the end of the day, if you have something that people understand and you make like you give them the message of what is the product, what does it do, and how can it resolve your life, or how can make you more happy, and people don't want it, then there's nothing else you can do. As long as you have a clear message, then nothing is more important than you saving your money to test on a product that has more chance. And that's the thing, guys. You need to understand that me and my brother, we test an insane amount of products every single day. And that insane amount of product that we test, we look at each one of them, and each one of them reacts differently. And based on certain metrics, certain data that we look, and those ones are all that we look, you can be okay. It's a good product. It's not a good product. We should leave it one day more to make a better decision, or we should not leave it a day more. It's going to be spending too much. So, hey guys, this is the video of today. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Please take the time to really make a great column like this to analyze your data, make the right decision, because I don't want you to spend unnecessary money on things that don't matter. So wish you all an amazing rest of the day. Don't forget to like, to comment, and subscribe. Peace out.